Hey guys, it's Drac, and I've been meaning to make a video on this for a long time. I was actually reminded at my most recent war by Nerfomania himself that I have not made a video on this, which is very strange because I'm very proud of this blaster, even though I didn't do any work on this blaster. It's important to note that this was something that Nerfomania made for me, and it's his current masterwork or current iteration of whatever the Drac blaster is that I use at wars pretty frequently. This is, I guess, my workhorse blaster, and that is the one that I use for rounds and kind of abuse throughout the course of the day, and Nom tunes it up all the time for me. But it has two vent holes up here, and obviously it is a rainbow pump. You can tell that pretty clearly from the style of catch mechanism here, and from the fact that it's got an omnidirectional plunger tube, which is good because the wear happens evenly throughout it. So we'll talk about the hopper real quick. The hopper is clear PVC, and then this is a polycarbonate barrel, which is seated in some CPVC to protect it, which is seated in a 1/2" PVC-Y with a 1/2" PVC cap. Up here, this is a sealed catch, so that when it's a little stuck these days. There we go. It's good that it's tight because the air seal is supposed to be tight, but this is just a T into a piece of an end cap, and that's been sealed and then puttied over and painted. But everything on this blaster is designed to look consistent. It is a 6-dart hopper, which is exactly what I want. I think that it maximizes rate of fire and power. And then we've got some orangey tape up here and some blacky tape down here. The orangey tape is, of course, for safety, because this is a reasonably powerful blaster. So the main body for the blaster itself has a 1/2" coupler up at the top here. Not a coupler, but an acceptor, and everything was done in clear polycarbonate and PVC, which I think is just really, really sweet. The last iteration of my pumpsnap 2.0 had clear all over it, and we did do some red and black trim, and this time we decided to go even bigger, so we made the stock entirely clear. And it's important to note that the clear PVC for this size, for the T and the end caps, is super duper expensive. Nom had to custom make this back piece up here, but it's all, I think, worth it. So we did all black hardware, so it's all stainless steel black hardware, which I think is really sweet. It's got a full K26 in it. This is made by Roboman. He's a user on, I think, Nerf Revolution, which is realistically the only Nerf forum worth visiting, and he makes these. They're custom aluminum lathe plunger heads, and it's also functional with the omnidirectional style of the blaster, and I think it's really sweet. The real winner here, though, is that this is African bloodwood, which I had imported for Nom, and I've been using it. It should make another appearance really soon on something that Chainmail Man is working on for me right now, but this is very expensive hardwood. It's very hard to work with. Nom actually complained about it a little bit, but ultimately we both agree that the results are worth it. The smooth gloss finish after the wood has been finished is just phenomenal. It's got this really deep red coloration to it. I think that it's just really, really cool. This is some of the finest hardwood that I've ever seen, and I'm happy that it's a part of this blaster. I think that he did an excellent job shaping the handle and the trigger. I love how everything works seamlessly. He even did this stopper piece here, and then obviously the priming bar is very solid, and I like it a lot. I think that the entirety of this blaster is just absolutely gorgeous. I think that I'm very confident actually saying that this is the prettiest homemade blaster out there, which is important to me because usually homemade blasters look pretty hideous because they're just tossed together with PVC, and they've still got Schedule 80 written on them, and even when they're painted, they scuff and they dent. And this one's been through 2 wars already, and it still looks just as good as when I got it. The way the frosting on this polycarbonate looks after it's been sanded is really, really cool to me. The prime is so smooth. It's absolutely ridiculous. We get full compression here, and the seal is ridiculous. Nom does a thing to test the seals where he puts his thumb in the blaster and fires, but I've never been super duper comfy doing that. But the way that this blaster functions is just flawless. It's the perfect tool for an NIC game type because it mirrors smoothness of prime and functionality along with reasonable rate of fire and awesome distances. The ranges that this hits are around the 120 mark, which is just great, and the groupings are always super duper tight. So I'm going to fire through my 6-dart hopper real quick and just show you how smooth it is. Real quick, you can see that this is the polycarbonate disc, which acts as the catch in the blaster, but this is the Drac style rainbow pump with African bloodwood trim and black hardware. And I'll toss a link to Nerfomania's channel down in the description box below. I know that he does some tutorials for like how he builds his snaps and some of his homemade like pistols and the like. I think this blaster is just awesome. It's really a testament to his workmanship, and I think that it's great and I enjoy using it. So we're gonna go through. And that's me firing reasonably slowly, but I'm pretty sure those all got off at about a dart a second. I'm sure you can tell in the video, but like, that's slow firing and not comfortably using the stock because I'm trying to stay within my frame. But this is my current homemade blaster from Nerfomania, and I'm just really pleased with how it functions, how easy it is to maintain, and how pretty it looks. I think that it's really, really great. I'm sure he's made a video on it, so when I link to his channel, I'll link to the video that he made about it, but it doesn't have a name yet, so if you guys have any suggestions for a name in the description box, this blaster definitely deserves a name, so toss me a link in the a name in the description in the comments box below. I'm sorry guys, it's a little early, we're kinda tired. As always, thanks for watching.